Hey everybody, welcome to Growing in HD. This is just a quick update video. Somebody was asking me about my flower room, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of the progress that we've made in here, because I'm actually going to be switching the plants over soon, just to finish vegging and whatnot. So I'm going to show you guys the outside of the room first. Not too much has changed. We still got this cheap outside room built around it, so that way it blocks any kind of light leaks. So I don't have to worry about it. I've got about a 1.5 foot gap in the front. Same thing over here. So I'm able to walk around the tent. You can see it goes all the way back. And then back here, I've actually got a couple feet. Got a ballast up there and stuff hanging outside the tent. So I'm going to show you guys the tent itself, because from back here, I actually have access to these doors all the way around, so I can access the tent from basically both sides for when it's full. So we got the tent itself is a G box. I actually really like this tent. It's got nice windows, so you can open it right up without opening the actual doors. Let the temperature fluctuate. So this is a big tent, 6.5 basically by 6.5 by 6.5. It's basically a square. It's really nice. Right in here I just got the two 300 watts. We also got a 1,000 watt HPS. We are going to be running the 1,000 watt HPS this grow for flower. We're going to run a 1200 right in the same location as this 300, and then directly diagonally across we'll have another 1200 over here hanging right here, and then the HPS in the middle. So this tent will have so much light coming into it, it's going to be ridiculous. I'll show you guys at the end of this video with the HPS light on itself how bright this thing is. It is crazy. We did finish up installing the filtration system. Let me get around the light here. That's a 660 CFM fan, sucking out 6-inch ducting here on the side. It's all bracketed nice and tight. This thing's nice. Bracketed right up to the top. Same thing with the bracket over here. This is bracketed up. I can run the 1,000 watt HPS and the 1200 LED with these 300s in this tent at full power. And if I put this on high, not all the way up, but like 3/4 of the way up on power, because I have a controller on the outside of the tent, it will actually regulate the temperature to 76 to 77 degrees constant. And I don't even have the second fan blowing air in yet. That's just using a negative pressure system where it's pulling the fresh air in through the mesh screens. Once I have the bigger fan, I think it'll be even cooler. I'll be able to dial it down even lower. But that thing sucks out a lot of heat out of this room. So I'll be able to run the HPS and the lights no problem. Once I get my second 1200 watt LED light, I'll hook them in at the same time and just make sure that it's still good. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, it has no problem. Like I said, I don't even have the fan turned up all the way. So when I get all the lights in here running, I think it'll be able to handle it, which is nice, because that means I will not have to run AC. The heat itself will be regulated during the daytime by the lights themselves, and then typically in the winters here we will have to put like a small heater with a thermostat in, but that's not a big deal. Just so it kicks on if it has to. But basically that fan sucks out of the tent, and then it also sucks out. It sucks past the tent, past the outside wall, so it's actually venting completely outside this whole area, into the other outside area. And then fresh air I can also bring in from outside if it gets too hot. And then I'm going to have a second fan, just similar setup, same size, basically outside the tent, blowing air in, down over here at the opposite corner. So I'll have the ducting run right to the floor, so that way I can close up all these vents. The fresh air will come in, refreshing the plants and whatnot, and then the hot air is diagonally across to complete a good air exchange. And then I'll have fans and stuff in here, but it's ridiculous. I will do a second part over here with the HPS light on, so you guys can see the difference of how bright it is with that on in this room. I'm not going to switch over the 1200 LED right now, but just with the two 300s and the HPS, you guys will see how crazy bright it is in here. And I may have to put on my filter. I believe I get that interference look if I don't. So I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll show you guys how that looks. Alright, so it's only been about a minute or so. The light is pretty much fired up. It'll probably get a little brighter, but it'll give you a good idea. So without the filter on, I can show you. As soon as you peek this open, I mean, it's just glaring in there with the... And you get the, you know, the interference look from the light because how bright it is. So let me go ahead and put a filter on this. Alright, here we go. So I've got an ND filter I put on this to stop it. So you guys can take a look. It's obviously going to be a lot darker with the filter because of, you know, you just don't get the complete intensity of the light, obviously, but this should give you a pretty good idea. Just from having this in here, I mean, the 10 itself is so bright. And this is with a 10-stop ND filter. You could hear the filter running. Like I said, that's on like 3/4 strength. But flowers will have way more room in here than the other area, so I'll be able to do, you know, perpetual growing with doing 2 rooms at a time, which would be nice. Plenty of hanging area and floor space, so try to have everything as much as possible off the ground, just so that way it's all plant space. Like I said, the filter over there is up, and the other one's going to be coming in over here. And this is nice and bright. If I remove it, I mean, you can just tell right away how much you need that filter. But if I come outside the tent, on the sides here, and I remove the filter, you can tell from how it was before to how it is now. That's light coming just through these vents. Like, it's glaring back here. So you got plenty of space. You know, it's throwing off a ridiculous amount of light. Try to get it without a filter, without getting too much light on the lens. It's like it's pretty much probably the best I'm going to be able to do. Right there. But it is really bright. But alright, I'm thinking about switching over the plant soon anyway. That way we, you know, have more space in here. I mean, I don't have another veg to go in there yet, but it'll just give them more room to breathe. And they're going to finish in here anyway, so we'll get this room finished, and I'll give you guys an update once I switch everything over. Alright, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. Subscribe, give me a like, and stay tuned for more with Growing in HD.